Hey everyone! I have been quietly building something over the last month, and I want to show you exactly how I'm able to manage 14 clients all on my own without ever having to hire anyone or losing my head in the process. So today I'm going to walk you through the exact AI system that I built, 4 skills that run my client operations, and why I think this is going to take me to my highest revenue month yet. Let me show you. Let's go.
What can I help you with, Elaine?
Morning coffee.
Working on it. Morning coffee, Sunday, June 28th. Needs you today. Nothing. No deadlines, no replies.
It's Sunday, so I don't have anything.
Today's schedule.
So what you just heard was Jarvis, and that is a voice I built inside of Claude Code using 11 Labs. Before you click off, I just want to let you know you do not need to know how to code to do this. I definitely do not know how to code, nor do I have the time to learn. And yes, Jarvis can run the rest of these skills too, but if you want my honest opinion, I like to look through a lot of my work, and Jarvis can really only run talking to me back and forth through the terminal on Claude Code, which requires actual coding. Whereas for these guys here, I want to see the actual finished product within everything, make some notes as well for them to revise. And with that being said, it's just way easier to just run off the Claude Code itself, not the actual terminal. Now remember, Claude Code is the brain behind all of this madness, and you don't need to know how to code in order to use it. I still don't know, and I was able to build this entire thing. You've already seen the morning coffee. Then we have the meeting prep. So with meeting prep, he goes into Appify. I've already previously connected the two, and he will look at my client's content from the entire week since we had last spoken. From there, it's going to also look at the last call transcripts that Zoom usually sends to my email, and he'll be able to determine what the client has completed between our last call and this week and what she still hasn't gotten done yet. Then we have the meeting recap. What it'll do is it'll look at the call transcripts from Zoom that gets sent to my email after every Zoom call with a client. Then it'll summarize that and it'll make it into a branded HTML, just like how it looks right over here. And that will get put into my drafts for me to review. It can actually do auto mode if you really wanted it to, and so it'll send directly to the client without you having to do anything. I've also had it set up so what it'll do is it'll draft those branded HTMLs and just leave it right in my drafts for me to approve and send away. The only reason why I don't turn on auto mode for that is because sometimes I get like last minute thoughts that I want to say to the client that obviously Claude doesn't know because he doesn't live in my head. So that way I'm able to really still have a little bit more control over what gets sent over to the client. Because as much as I love AI, I can't always fully trust that it's going to do the same work as me, considering it's not me. The way I have it scheduled is it's going to run by itself at 3 p.m. and another time at 7 p.m. because I usually have calls a little bit earlier in the day and then a little bit more before end of day around like 5 o'clock. So he'll go in there and he'll draft all of those. All I have to do is go into my drafts and review everything. Last but not least, because I'm also working with School of Hard Knocks, I have an extra 7 clients right now on top of my already filled roster of content with Elaine. So with that being said, across the board, this makes my life so much easier, and it's called a 90-day game plan. This gets made for every new client that I onboard. For content with Elaine, it's usually because of the fact that I help them with their businesses as well and actually procuring leads and building out the actual systems like their email marketing or, their actual content, their trial reels, their TikTok, their everything. So that is a little bit different than what I do for School of Hard Knocks, but across the board, they all get something very similar to this. So the 90-day game plan is connected with Appify. So what it'll do is it'll scrape the current content of the client that I just brought on, and it'll do a little audit. And it'll say, okay, these formats are doing very well. These topics are doing very well. This is what they might need to improve on. And then it'll also do its own niche research. And from there, it'll be able to determine different topics and formats from other very successful creators within that niche that have done very well in the past. I usually give it a benchmark of about 100K views. And from there, it'll go and create a 90-day game plan of possible formats and topics that my new client can start implementing in the next 48 hours. The best way I was able to figure out what skills needed to be built was I created a list of everything I did in 1 or 2 days. And from there, I was like, okay, so I create emails for this. I create a 90-day game plan for that. These are all things that could technically be automated. I just didn't know how to do it. So here's the thing. When you're running 14 clients alone with no VA, no editor, and no team, the admin will eat you alive if you let it. And for a really long time, I was doing all of that manually. I literally had no time to myself. So I tried to hire a VA. I used regular Claude. But again, even with regular Claude, you still have to prompt him and you have to almost like cross your fingers and hope that he does it right every time. Also, a really cool tip is I would say use Claude as a way to figure out the capabilities of Claude Code if you aren't sure. So I'll go into Claude and I'll be like, hey, do you think Claude Code can do this? And he'll be like, yes, this is exactly how you would do it. And you can either just, build it with Claude, but you can also just go into Claude Code and go into the chat for Claude Code and be like, I really want to build this. And he'll tell you exactly how to do it. That's why you don't need to know how to code at all. So what does this actually mean for my business? It has given me time back immensely. I'm able to live my life. I'm able to watch TV, which is probably a bad habit that I need to stop doing. I've been watching a lot of One Tree Hill, but it takes all the time I spent doing admin every week, takes it away, and also saves me money because I don't need to hire a VA. And it's now giving me a chance to be able to take more clients if I want to, or have more time to make videos like longer form videos like this on YouTube, or even more Instagram or TikTok content. Now I know what you're thinking. I know this sounds complicated, but I promise you it's not. I built this without knowing how to code, and Claude Code just figures out all the technical stuff for you. You just need to know what problems that you need to solve within your business. And I'm actually putting together a full breakdown on how you can start implementing this entire system that I've built into your own business. The link to join the waitlist is down below. I'm gonna be launching it in the next couple of weeks, and whoever is on the waitlist gets first access. And if you found this useful, don't forget to subscribe because I'm gonna show you the entire journey to 30K a month. See you in the next one.